Senate committee approves bill penalizing Zionism propagation and symbol display. The Senate Standing Committee on the Interior has approved a bill targeting Zionism propaganda and the display of its symbols in Pakistan. The Criminal Law Amendment Bill, presented by PMLN Senator Afnanullah, enforces strict penalties for actions deemed to promote Zionism or incite societal unrest. The legislation prescribes a 3-year prison sentence and a fine of 40,000 rupees for spreading hatred through Zionist propaganda. The public display of Zionist symbols can lead to a 2-year sentence and a fine of 30,000 rupees. However, these offences are bailable, and arrests require a warrant. The bill underscores concerns about Zionism's evolution from an ethnic and religious movement to a political agenda, particularly in the establishment of Israel. It highlights the use of extremist tactics to achieve Zionist objectives, which are deemed incompatible with Pakistan's principles of religious harmony as a Muslim-majority state. Senator Afnanullah emphasized that Zionist ideologies within Pakistan must be curbed to maintain societal peace. While the Ministry of Interior did not oppose the bill, some critics have raised concerns about its potential misuse and implications for freedom of expression. The legislation is part of broader amendments aimed at addressing hate speech and religious discrimination. The bill's approval is considered a significant step in aligning Pakistan's legal codes with its socio-political values. It now moves to the Senate for further deliberation and possible enactment into law. This development highlights the government's efforts to legislate against activities that threaten societal harmony and reflects broader amendments to address pressing societal challenges. Christian man falsely accused of blasphemy released on bail. A Christian man, Zamran Assam, was granted bail after facing blasphemy accusations tied to 3 FIRs. The charges, filed under Pakistan's strict blasphemy laws, stemmed from allegations involving desecrated Quran pages found near mosques, linked to the volatile Jaranwala incident, where Christian churches were attacked. The Voice Society, a human rights organisation, took up Zamran's defence, despite life threats and hostility from the legal system. Courts in Sargodha and Lahore were marked by opposition to the Voice lawyers, with overt threats in courtrooms creating a volatile environment. Local religious leaders further intensified the pressure by intimidating the legal team. Despite his release, Zamran's trial remains ongoing in Sargodha, where safety concerns for both him and his advocates persist. This case highlights the challenges faced by defenders of minority rights in Pakistan, underscoring the need for international advocacy. Advocates emphasize the courage of groups like the Voice Society, calling for urgent support to protect human rights defenders and ensure a fair judicial process for individuals accused under controversial blasphemy laws. Family still struggles for justice after assault on 6-year-old Christian girl. Lahore, a 6-year-old Christian girl's family in Faisaltown is still fighting for justice after she was allegedly assaulted by a school security guard on October 30, 2023. The incident occurred at Asan Academy, Islamabad, when the girl identified the guard, Hassan, as the perpetrator. Medical examination confirmed the assault and an FIR was lodged, but the family faces delays in the legal process. The Christian community continues to demand justice, staging protests and calling for accountability from school authorities. Punjab officials have promised a transparent investigation, but no significant progress has been made. The family reports feeling isolated and unsupported, with their pleas for expedited justice met with little action. Advocacy groups highlight the lack of systemic protections for vulnerable children, urging stronger measures to prevent similar tragedies. The case underscores the need for effective legal reforms and community vigilance to protect marginalized communities. Christian sanitary workers protest unpaid salaries in Islamabad. Islamabad Christian sanitary workers employed by the Capital Development Authority, CDA, have protested by climbing electric poles, threatening suicide due to unpaid salaries for the past 3 months. These workers, essential for maintaining public cleanliness, face immense financial hardships, unable to provide for their families. Aslam Pervez Sahottra, president of the Pakistan Masiha Millat Party, highlighted their struggles, noting that unpaid school fees and basic necessities like milk for children have left families desperate. Despite starting work as early as 6:15 a.m. to keep roads clean, these workers face severe discrimination, delayed payments, and lack of support. This recurring issue stems from systemic flaws in the coordination between the Metropolitan Corporation Islamabad and the CDA. Sahotra emphasised the need for immediate salary payments and systemic reform, urging the government to address discriminatory practices and ensure fair treatment of all workers. The workers' plight underscores the need for equitable labour rights in Pakistan. Pakistan Minority Forum calls for minority rights protections. Sahiwal. At a seminar in Arts Council Sahiwal, the Sahiwal Minority Forum emphasised the urgent need for minority rights protections. Political and social leaders demanded the government honour constitutional promises and address discrimination against minorities. Speakers highlighted violations of Article 22A, calling for stronger laws to combat forced conversions and early marriages. They criticised the government for unfulfilled manifesto commitments, stressing the need for accountability and justice. The forum pledged to advocate for minority representation in decision-making, urging the government to take immediate action for an inclusive society. Smog forces closure of schools in Punjab. Lahore. Amid hazardous smog conditions, the Punjab government announced the closure of public and private educational institutions across 18 districts from November 7th to 17. Lahore, topping global pollution charts, recorded PM2, 5 levels approaching 450, categorised as hazardous. Authorities advised parents to ensure children wear masks and avoid outdoor activities. Additional measures include a 50% work-from-home policy, bans on construction in key areas, and restrictions on motorised rickshaws. Wedding halls must close by 10 p.m, with artificial rain being considered to combat the worsening air quality. Delay in announcing Sainthood inquiry acceptance for Akash Bashir. The Lahore Archdiocese delayed announcing the Vatican's acceptance of Akash Bashir's diocesan inquiry for sainthood until November 7, sparking confusion among Catholics. Bashir, who died in 2015 preventing a suicide bomber from attacking St. John's Church in Lahore, was recognised as a servant of God in 2022. Although approved by the Vatican on October 24, church officials cited administrative delays. Bashir's courage remains a symbol of faith and sacrifice, inspiring youth and marking a milestone for the first Pakistani candidate for sainthood.